Morning. This is Eric from the Vancouver Drop with a few things to say. But firstly, on the practical side, I should probably bring in Gunther to give you a couple garden tips. Gunther? Morning. Yeah, keeping your mower clean. A lot of people get a lot of crap underneath their lawnmower, and they're constantly like taking something sharp to scrape it out. Well, I just mowed 2 lawns, 2 properties. Let's take a look under here. Clean as a whistle. That's because I treat the mower like a walk, which means greasing it up. And I use WD-40, which is probably not the most environmentally friendly grease, but it is handy. And I give it a soaking right after I use it, so the WD-40 soaks in. Oh, before I go any further, I also want to give you a tip on sharpening blades. You don't have to send your blade into the shop to be sharpened, and a sharp blade will do a much better cut than a dull one, of course. Duh. So here's a angle grinder that is cordless. You could use a plug-in, doesn't matter, but this is handy. And I just sharpen from here to here, trying to create a wedge shape. So have a look. It's pretty quick. Okay, that's it. You should probably do that before you use the flammable WD-40. Explosive, flammable, yeah, probably a bad mix. Okay, do this after you sharpen your blades. Duh. Okay, so I would make it even wetter than I did before, because this is gonna dry over the next week a little bit before I mow again. Peak of summer. This main feature bed is peaking now. It has been for several weeks. It's going to get even better. The center tree that you see in the middle is a hardy hibiscus called Rose of Sharon, or Rose of Sharon, which is, you can just see, is starting to bloom purple, and it will be solid purple shortly. On either side of it are tall trellis, cone trellis full of mandevilla vine, which are expensive. They're about $110 each, and I'm hoping to winter them over this winter. I've never had good luck with that, but certain things on the property are prompting me to get some grow lights this year and take it seriously and turn the garage into some kind of a potting shed, shall we say. Not the most glamorous potting shed, but you got to take what you can get. Also in this bed, we've got some regular hibiscus. These will be dead in the fall, but for now they're just coming with lots of flowers. Some calla lily in the foreground, some black-eyed Susans in the middle ground. These are hardy perennials, come back year after year. I didn't even pay anything for them last year. They were giving them away at the end of the season because they looked like crap, and this year they're great. Behind me is a lilac that's supposed to bloom 3 times a year. I never heard of a lilac blooming more than once, but this one, the tag said 3 times a year. It's only bloomed once this year, and now it's just bushy, and there's a couple of buds on it, but nothing much. I think it might be false advertising. But let's take a tour of the rest of this property, because it is peaking and will be for the next few weeks. This time of year, we're talking mid-August, is a time when most people's gardens have pooped out because they did all their buying in the spring when things looked pretty and didn't continue buying over the summer, and prices just drop and drop and drop because the public loses interest. So this is a great time to be shopping. especially for perennials. You get a fantastic deal, and they will haggle with you, especially at the Home Depot. If you know them, if you're familiar to them, they will put up with some haggling, which I find fun. Okay, let's take a look around and I'll explain a few things. Right this way. Okay, first of all, beginning of our English garden here, we have a delphinium, which is the 5th delphinium we've planted in this garden this year. She's had delphinium in this bed since April. I just, every time, they don't last long, maybe 3 weeks, and then they poop out. So every time they poop out, I'll buy another. And delphinium's one of those plants that you can buy all summer. So if you love them, then just keep buying them. And they are perennials, so they'll probably all bloom at the same time next year, but whatever. This year it's been a steady flow of delphiniums, and right beside them, this is the Luna hibiscus. It's 3rd year. It's just in bud. It'll have enormous hibiscus flowers. It has a partner that's a lupin that's just died back. We've got a bunch of shade plants going on in here. And then these veronicas still have not bloomed yet, I don't think, unless I've forgotten. But right behind them is more of the Luna hibiscus. There's actually 2 different colors of them here. I can't remember what. They're coming in the next few weeks. Phlox are dying back. Sweet peas did not do great this year. It's all about timing. Oh, there's a weed. Lots of weeds. But here we have fall asters just in full bud. They're falling down, but I think they're going to be pretty. We've got some New Guinea impatiens that could be... You see, with New Guinea impatiens, you comb them with your fingers and then they look much nicer afterwards. Okay, then in the herb garden we've got some kale that it's just been ugly all summer. Oh well. Bay tree, you can see there. More of the sweet peas, which have not done great. This is our miniature nectarine tree. Isn't it pretty? Only 3 nectarines this year, and they kind of look diseased, which is a big disappointment because there were lots of flowers this spring. Let's see what we can find under there. There's one. There, you see that? So there's another couple, but they're spotty. I wouldn't eat them. But hey, they're plants of interest. Okay, we've got a combination of zinnias and heliotropes here that are getting thicker, but not quite as tall as we had hoped. Then coming up to the another mandevilla vine, which is looking very nice, but sure taking its time climbing this tower. Another giant Luna hibiscus full of buds. That's going to be amazing in a couple weeks. Another giant Luna hibiscus, 3rd year, 4th year, I can't remember. They have to be held with a little trellis, or they do fall down. Then we have the Korean burnet. This is the only place I've ever seen it grow. It's a new plant to me as of last year, but I love it. It's amazing. And then right beside it is the Tibicina, which is our unicorn plant of the year, looking fantastic, from all the way from Brazil. Again, this won't survive the winter unless we put it in the garage and get some grow lamps and hopefully reproduce the conditions of Brazil. You can see the hydrangeas are just cascading over this shade bed here. We have an oleander which is not looking great, a little sickly. We got a little tag. We're doing these copper tags because the owner likes to think it's a little arboretum. Oleander's a native to Mexico. They don't do great here in rainy Vancouver, but this has wintered over 2 winters in the garage and didn't complain at all. So then down here we've got another fabulous New Guinea impatient with tons of buds coming. This will maybe double in size by the time it dies in November. This is its season. And just planted in my sculpture some echinacea. This is a type of echinacea I don't have a lot of luck with, but they come out with new members of the family every year, so maybe this one will be tougher than the last. Finally, flowering maple, quite an unusual tree, love it. This is its, I don't know, 5th or 6th year. Pretty awesome tree. It's looking a little tired right now. Probably needs a trim back, but we'll wait till that's finished. Earlier in the summer, it's certainly blooming really nicely. The lantana on standard, very hard to find. I'm not crazy about the color. It's boring. The zinnias are stealing the show, as are the black-eyed Susans. It's just gorgeous. The two lantana on the ends, which are a nicer color, they've gone to fruit, I think. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Here's one. You can see it's just like, that's the color that it should be. And these berries don't look like, well, I see a couple buds coming, but it's mostly berries. And take a look at the one at the other end. Same deal. Fantastic color here, like, look at that. But the whole thing's gone to berries. So, I don't know, but what a bad day. One of my other favorite gardens to work at is Beach Avenue, and it's peaking right now. You can see underneath the giant juniper, there's a giant fuchsia peaking. And a couple weeks ago, one of the owners came down, never usually visits me, and said, "Oh, has anybody talked to you about the construction?" I said, "What construction?" And she said, "Well, on Monday they're coming to put up some scaffolding over your garden." So this is what I have to deal with. They've like demolished 50% of the garden or more to replace the windows on the top floor, and I've been told they have to do all 4 sides of the building, so why they didn't start in the parking lot is beyond me. I think it's the height of stupidity, and it's a shame that they've wrecked everything. Well, not everything, there's some good stuff, and hopefully they haven't wrecked my diver sculpture, which has been in this bed for a couple years. It's now currently looking kind of pathetic. Oh. Zen. Let's be zen.